Last year, it feels like one of the most came and went years. I would say if we were going to put a tombstone on it, it would have been 2023, and then 2024, the body would have already been 6 feet under.
We've seen some of the toughest artists come out of Double XL. Like, look at the 2016 roster, bro. Herb, Uzi, Kodak, 21. Y'all know about this class. Cardi and X were there 2017. JID in 2018. It's stars, man.
The most forgettable Double XL freshman class of all time. And that's just a testament to how bad this list is.
I said I've been pretty slow to react to all this stuff because, like, this shit is just so bad. It's not even funny anymore. Like, I miss the days when it was so bad it was good. Like fucking 5Yo Foreign when he started off his freestyle. He said, "Bow, that nigga killed me on stream."
But still burying my because you ain't see how I felt.
Wait.
Trapping in school.
I know goddamn nigga Jello made XXL. What the fuck is going on?
Move, bitch. Get out the way. I feel like I'm Ludacris when I'm speeding on that E-way.
We got Dollar, Oway, as you put it. These niggas hard. So yeah, we finna react to this cipher. Shout out to Underground Sound. Let's see how this goes. Oway Cypher, Feet Teasers, Diamond, Peasy, Young Fazo, and more. Okay. Hold on, where's Dior?
What's the word was? My name is Marseille, and today I have something on my mind. With 2026 here, and the recent talks of rap falling off because it's no longer on the charts, I had a thought of back when rap was at its peak. Objectively, 2016. And it made me think of the possible canon event that made it happen. The XXL 2016 list. Since then, we've had other lists, some better than others, but none have lived up to the hype. We've also had a new list being created because of the decline of XXL. So, I wanted to offer a fresh new idea that XXL can take, as long as I get 11% of the revenue from it. And this idea was... But first, if you happen to forget who all was on the list, let me remind you. Metro Boomin wants some more, nigga. 21 Savage. I'm not necessarily the biggest 21 Savage fan, like as of today. Anything recent he's dropped. Like, I know he actually just dropped. I listened to it. I wasn't feeling it, if I'm being honest, but doesn't mean it's a bad album. But old 21 Savage, like when I was coming up, I think the first 21 Savage song I heard was Skirt Skirt. I remember I was talking to my cousin about it, and then we were just talking about music, and then he showed me 21 Savage. I was like, oh, where are you listening to 21 too? It's kind of like one of those situations. But Slaughter King, Slaughter Tape, 21 Savage, that's when I was first introduced. But I think when 21 Savage really hit his like mainstream peak, the Savage Mode tape, X with Future, No Heart, Ocean Drive, Red Ops, Thug Life, FaceTime on there, 7-minute freestyle, like, yeah. And then since then, he's gone up and elevated. I definitely don't want to discredit or anything, just because I haven't been keeping in touch with him doesn't mean, he had the album with Drake, Her Loss. That was what, 2022? Yeah, so it wasn't too long ago. So like he's still doing his thing, but I'm not necessarily checking in with him. Lil Yachty. Nah, I will be completely honest. I think the first Lil Yachty song I heard was Broccoli? Was it Broccoli? Might have been Broccoli. But since then, I consider myself a fan of Yachty. Not even necessarily Yachty, but the group Concrete. I listen to DC's Who Chill and Draft Day more than I do Lil Yachty. But he's part of it. I know as far as him being in the fashion world too. Yeah, he's doing his thing. I know when I'm looking through my my downloaded songs. Obviously the Lil Boat, the first album, the One Nights, the Minnesota, Wanna Be Us, everybody knows that. But when I'm looking through Lil Boat 2, that shit was fire. I had that shit on repeat. NBA Young Boat, my bad. Pop Out, I remember that one. Even this Michigan Boy Boat album, that was tough. Summer Songs too. A lot of people didn't like Teenage Emotions, but you know he had a couple songs on there. But yeah, Yachty's he's done a great job staying relevant. I mean, and again, not even on the music side, but fashion. That was a couple years ago now, but when he had that interview with Bobby Altoff, and then he started kicking it with Drake, like yeah, like Yachty's here to stay.
Get up on my time, man.
Lil Uzi. Now, Lil Uzi, I'm not the biggest fan of. I'm gonna be completely honest. I know he has a diehard fan base, so I'm not here to say that, you know, Lil Uzi fell off. He's not. Nah, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying I don't really connect with him anymore. Like Eternal Take Two. I have one song saved from that, and I don't listen to it. Like I don't have any Lil Uzi in my playlist. Just be real about it. I know this Eternal Take, like that first one. Yes, Sirski, that shit was cool. Silly Watch, tough. Strawberry Pills, Pop, shit was tough. And then Just Wanna Rock, I know he went global with that shit. Like shit went stupid. But you know, I'm not listening to that like today. Like I'm just not. Love Is Rage 2 is probably my favorite Lil Uzi album, because I will be real, like do I have it in my playlist? No, but I could go back and listen to that and appreciate it. Neon Guts, Sauce It Up, How to Talk, you know. But as far as like the newer stuff, like Pink Tape, again, I saved like one song and I still don't listen to it. Kodak Black. Kodak is honestly kind of in the same boat as Uzi for me. I know he has a strong fan base out there. I know people who love his music, but I know, like, as far as like the newer stuff, I listened to this Just Getting Started album. It came out in October, like literally a couple months ago. Still Get Chanel with Chance the Rapper. That is the only song that really connected with me, I guess. That one's in the playlist. That shit's cool, but like nothing recent. When I'm looking through here, Skirt, Tunnel Vision, Vibing in This Bit, Hop Out Shoot, I'm So Awesome, Closure. Closure is actually really good. A really good song. Like if you know like what he's talking about on that song, but like there's emotion and you can feel it when he's talking, when he's rapping, you know. But Kodak he's still relevant to this day, but I'm not necessarily checking for new Kodak Black. Denzel Curry. This might be a hot take, if you will, but I honestly feel like Denzel Curry should have been on the other cypher. He did his thing, you know. I'm glad he went first, you know, and he was able to be, you know, a part of the lineup. You know, like when people think of 2016 XXL, they think of that lineup, like the previous guys I just said plus Denzel Curry. Like they don't think about the other two. But I honestly feel like Denzel Curry would have done good with G Herbo and Dave East. Like I feel like he would have kind of meshed better in that cypher. I don't know if it's just me who thinks that, but you know, he definitely still did his thing. Was I listening to old Denzel Curry back then? I'm gonna be honest, no, I wasn't. But I listened to King of the Mischievous South, and this nigga's tough. Like he is in his own lane, and doing his own thing. Does he pull in the same numbers as a 21 Savage or a Lil Uzi? No, he doesn't. But this Got Me Geek song, Cold Pimp, Another Late Night, ultra shit. Like, yeah, Denzel got it. And I watched a couple of his interviews. Like, he's a very unique person. Like, I like the way he thinks. Like, you know, he's really in his own lane, and I respect him a lot for it. Anderson .Paak. Now, I think everyone can admit that his freestyle wasn't necessarily holding up to everybody else's. But he is a great artist. I don't think his 2016 XXL freestyle is a representation of him as an artist, at least a good one. First off, he was really the only R&B artist on there, which is like already gonna separate him from everybody else. And I know since then, you know, they started adding more R&B artists, like PNB Rock was on 2017. I'm trying to think of other people. Like a Boogie is kind of a hybrid, I guess you could say. So, you know, they start having more R&B guys on there, and they've done it before too, but at least for this list, he was the only one there. But man, Anderson .Paak can sing, and he makes really good music. I know especially too, I think that was 2022. The album he did with Bruno Mars went fucking, obviously it was with Bruno Mars, it went stupid. So I don't think he's worried about a 2016 list, you know, since then. But Anderson .Paak is a great artist. If you do like that kind of vibey, groovy type of music, you know, he delivers for sure. Lil Dicky. He had a great freestyle. I remember that. New crib, I don't wanna drive it. I forgot how it goes, but like he was flowing on that. He definitely killed Designer and Anderson, but you know. Other than that, I don't really know. I mean, I know he had that, you know, the big song with Fetty Wap, you know, we gonna save that money, you know, that shit, but since then, I haven't really heard much about him. And, you know, I know he had a TV show, you know, so he's doing things beyond music, which is, I think, fine. Like, you know, if you're bigger than your music, then, you know, pursue other things. There's nothing wrong with that, but I haven't been checking for new. Designer. I like that Outlet song. Panda. G Herbo. G Herbo is still doing his thing. He's probably the artist I'm listening to the most, besides the next guy I'm going to talk about. Out of this list, yeah, G Herbo stuff. I remember when I was in high school, I was listening to an unreleased song called Quarantine on SoundCloud. This shit would get me so hyped for the track meets coming up. Like I'm telling you, like G Herbo had me in a chokehold back in high school. Like I'm gonna be real. I think when I was in high school, 21 Savage and G Herbo and Dave East were probably the artists I was listening to most out of this list. And G Herbo is still consistently dropping bangers. Like he had that Went Legit freestyle. I think that was this last year, wasn't it? 2025. Went Legit was 2025, right? Golly, I think it was. Yeah, but he's still doing his thing. He had that 2 Chainz song. I got 2 Chainz on, hands on, 3 diamond bracelets. Don't get banged on. Something like that. That was that was like 2-3 years ago. So like, you know, he's G Herbo here to stay. Dave East. I'll fuck with Dave East. Like heavy. He's a great storyteller, and I don't mean this in a like condescending or like bad way, but he is so New York. Like his style has not changed. Like, and I mean that in a good way. Like he is consistently true to New York, and I love that about him. I'm not the biggest New York hip hop fan. I'm gonna be real. I like Westside Gunn. Trying to think of other New York artists I listen to, but yeah, I don't know. But Dave East, yeah, he's tough. I fuck with Dave. So For the reunion, they obviously have their freestyle and table talk just like the previous ones, and we can see in real time how they've evolved since then. However, this is where the twist comes in, with my idea. The 10-year vets now choose who gets to go on the list. Not XXL, not us, them. Imagine Lil Yachty picking DC2 Trill, or G Herbo bringing in Rack Baby, or 21 Savage bringing Glock 40 Spaz. Obviously, some vets would have passed by then, RIP to them. So, in that case, the group just comes together and picks in place for the deceased vet. XXL has been in a real drought with constant complaints and ridicule from the internet because of their picks, and this could kind of help take the heat off of them while still providing the content. Didn't like the picks this year? Blame Playboy Cardi for picking Destroy Lonely over Ken Carson, not XXL. You see what I'm saying? I also thought of how my parents still watch Versus, and it made me wonder if XXL is Gen Z's version of that. But if XXL wants to come back, I think this is the perfect.
Shot is hard to duck 100 of them bitches. You was witnessing niggas killing shit, innocent. I was in this shit when I'm spinning whips, pinning shit, getting caught up for them crimes, knocking out they sentences. There's no lie, some nights outside, empty 30 and 50 clips. Reminiscing, nigga be missing it. Got this shit cause I envisioned it. I see my goals.